Or you know how the business data is created through different processes. So now let's start thinking about kind of a data analytics process. So I like to put things in terms of three or four key concepts that you can take away and use those all the time. So let's think about kind of our four steps in data analytics. So first we'll at least articulate these and then we'll get into maybe an example to kind of walk ourselves through this four steps in data analytics. Doesn't matter what the tool is, it just matters that you kind of think about these four basic steps. So the very first step in data analytics is the question, right? So in our particular case, we have to do a good job of understanding the process and then developing a question based on that process. Now, that process question might be how to improve things or how to did we achieve a certain goal? Did we achieve our objectives? Did we achieve a financial objective or did we achieve a customer objective? Or an employee objective or even a social responsibility objective. Whatever the objective is, did we achieve it? And do we have data that suggests that we are achieving it? Or do we want to learn something new about the data? So the first step is defining what that question is. And that question is likely going to be something to improve our process. So define the question. Based on your understanding of the process. So we really got to get in depth. We really got to take a hard look at these processes and make sure that we're comfortable with what is happening. So there's a variety of different questions that can be asked depending on what the process is. It might be efficiency, it might be effectiveness, it might be lowering risk, it might be trying to identify risk. There's a wide variety of different things that we can be looking at to evaluate whether or not we have a process that we have a question on. The second step is now that we've identified what this question is based on the process, what data do we need? What data do we need that's coming out of the process? And also, what data do we have? So there's needs versus what we've actually got. So what data do we need? And what data do we have? Of our needs, what do we have? And this, what happens is we start thinking about our needs versus what we've got. And what we may find is I may not have exactly what I need, but I might be able to construct what I need. So, what data do we need? And what data do I have? Right? Both of those get asked at the same time. And they're important. They're extraordinarily important. So we have to evaluate what data definitions, what data tables do I have, what's in every single data table, and really start looking for some of the data that I might need in order to be able to answer this question based on my process understanding. So those are the first two steps in our 4 steps of the data analytics process. In the next video, we'll kind of highlight what are the other 2 steps.